Hey, long time no see. So I've got a story that I really want to share with you. I just had 2 weeks break from school, and so I headed straight to Talamanca. There was a Nico camp, which is like a jungle survivor type camp that was going on, and I had the privilege to serve alongside the community in this camp. This camp is all about pushing people to their limits and about challenging them to get closer to God and learn more about themselves. You know that my heart is for discipleship, and that is exactly what this camp is about. You're literally walking alongside someone as they are getting closer to God. And so it was a pleasure to serve alongside the people and the community of Talamanca and the people of Bamboo in discipling. Now, unfortunately, one of the girls of the team got sick. So I offered for her to stay with me until she got better. And then being sick in a remote jungle area provides a problem for medical care. And so, through a divine set of circumstances where God had already appointed for that specific time to bring in the U.S. Marines to do a medical clinic in the closest big town, it's just a miracle. So we learned about this, we got on the bus, and I literally only had a few coins in my pocket into my name. I got on the bus, I handed over those coins, and it was still short. I didn't know what was going to happen or how we were going to get on the bus. I was like showing weakness, having only these coins, and God had put someone from the church on the bus who graciously and generously right away handed over enough money for us to get to this medical clinic. So we arrived at the clinic and we realized there was a long line. Now I had a choice to make. We could wait in line or we could go to the front. I knew that was a possibility, that we could get to the front of the line. But I knew the right thing to do was to humble ourselves and to wait in line. So we waited 4 hours, and after 4 hours a gentleman came by and realized that we've been waiting for a really long time and brought us in. As soon as we got into the clinic, I realized that it wasn't just that God had provided proper medical care for Ren, but also they gave me an opportunity to be examined by a doctor, and even more so, to network with Marines. And there's a possibility that some of them even want to come back and help. So Ren was getting better, we had gotten her that health care, I had been able to take out some money, things were looking up. And then I found out that there was a water taxi strike, and that there was no way for us to get to Bocas where I needed to take her. I remember standing at the phone booth, feeling so vulnerable, thinking this girl has been entrusted to me, I have no information to get her there, no way to get her there, and I was thinking, God, you have to do something, you have to show up. And through a divine set of circumstances, we were able to find an internet cafe, and I was able to get all the information I needed, and which is pretty amazing in a place where internet isn't always reliable. There's not always internet cafes. So a few days later, when Ren felt better, God had allowed that the water taxi strike was done. He put some people in our path that were able to take us and help us so I could get Ren to Bocas safely and for me to return back as well. So I got to spend a few more days with the people in the community, and then unfortunately I knew I started having to head back to San Jose, the capital city, because school was going to be starting soon. Because of timing and the remoteness of Bamboo, I had to catch a bus to another bigger town, Puerto Viejo. When I was in Puerto Viejo, again because of timing, in order to get back, I wasn't able to get a direct bus. I had to get another bus to Limon, about an hour away. During that bus ride, the police came on to do a routine ID and passport check, and I realized I could not find my wallet. I knew I was supposed to be worried, maybe crying or something, but through everything God had already been doing, as I've been telling you, I just knew that God had something up his sleeve. So the bus pulled up into Limon, and I had pinpointed in my mind where I had probably left my wallet. It just happened that I ran into a guy that I had talked to at the coffee shop where I think I left my wallet, and he confirmed that I had it there, and he even had the number to the coffee shop. I was amazingly able to get a cell phone and call the coffee shop, and they confirmed that they had my wallet. So with a sigh of relief, I took my one friend to her bus stop, and as we're walking, I look down on the street and I see a 10,000 mil bill. So this is the equivalent of like $20. I remember picking it up and like holding it up and saying, God, this better not mean that my passport is there, but my money is gone. and that you're providing for me a way to go back and get my wallet. But I just knew that my money was gone, but that my passport and everything else was okay. So next chance I got, I started heading straight back to Puerto Viejo. I got to that coffee shop, and in fact it was true. They had my wallet, my passport, my credit cards were there, but my money was gone. So although my money was gone, God had provided a way for me to go back, get my wallet, and be able to get safely back to San Jose. Of course, you know, I was feeling really silly for leaving my wallet and having all the money stolen. And the money that was stolen was equivalent of about monthly rent and bills, so it was a considerable amount. When rent came up, you know, it was on my mind about that money that was gone. But once again, God showed His provision, because there was someone who had stayed at my house, and they actually paid way more for their rent that month. And guess how much I just had to pay? Only $20. The same amount of money that I had found on the ground. It was God's way of providing for me. So that's just the story of the last couple of weeks, and the amazing thing that God did. You know, His grace is all that we need. It was all that I needed. Every time that I felt weak and vulnerable, and like everything that was taken away from me and there was nothing I could do, it was His chance to come in and to be strong, and to make me strong, and to show His power. And so I just really wanted to share that story with you guys. I hope that encouraged you. I hope it made you laugh maybe. I'm okay, everything's okay. But I just really want to thank you guys for your prayers, for your support, and for your encouragement. And thank you.